to the leopard. And I thought, well, what nation in the last 120 years has actually had dominion? And it occurred to me that there's one nation that started the last three major wars. The Franco-German War of 1870, World War I, 1914 through 1918, World War II, 1939 through 1945. Can you believe they were all plotted, planned, and started by the same nation, Germany? So dominion given to the leopard. Now, it was around this time that I came across another article. This is Newsweek magazine, April 9 of 1984. And there's an entire section of Newsweek that particular week that was devoted to Europe. But they had a section within this feature story called The German Malady. There was all kinds of questions. Why does Germany always make war? How can we fix this inside the German psyche, inside the German soul? Well, listen to this paragraph. Since the time of Charlemagne, he's the founder of the Holy Roman Empire in 800 AD. Since the time of Charlemagne, the area that is now Germany has been the pivot of European history. If you study the Holy Roman Empire, Germany's always right there at the center. And notice what it says now. In the past 120 years, the Germans have dominated Europe. Intellectually, industrially, and militarily. That word dominated, dominion, was given to the leopard. And that's when I realized, oh, this is the answer. As a matter of fact, do you know that Adolf Hitler almost conquered the world? Many people think he was a mere 3 days away from ruling all of Europe. Let me tell you what happened. The powerful German blitzkrieg attack was moving against the Allied forces, and it had them in a pincer movement against the English Channel. It was grinding our soldiers to mincemeat. And if something didn't happen, according to the rise and fall of the Third Reich, we would have had to sue for peace on Hitler's terms within 3 days. The situation was so dire that Winston Churchill, the leader of Great Britain, called for a worldwide day of prayer and fasting. Well, this is an amazing thing that happened because, let me tell you about it. During this time of prayer and fasting, something said to Adolf Hitler back at command headquarters, back at his command bunker, this is happening too easy. You must be falling into a trap. And so he called all of his leaders off the field and said, come back for consultation. They were livid with anger. They knew they had the victory, but go back they must. They went back, and after due consultation, Hitler said, well, I guess everything's all right, let's resume. But what he didn't know was that during this time of consultation, they had mobilized every boat in Britain and in France. And back and forth across the English Channel, it's about 18 miles wide between France and Great Britain at that point. They went day and night, and they pulled out 350,000 Allied forces, the heart of the Allied army. And when Hitler cranked his war machine back up, there were only 40,000 soldiers left. And the heart of that army was safely in Great Britain. It lived to fight another day and to reinvade Europe at the invasion of Normandy. And that was the turning point of the war. It is such an incredible event that Winston Churchill actually called it a miracle. He called it the miracle of Dunkirk. As a matter of fact, we have a clip for you to see of this. I want you to listen to it right now.
June 4th, 1940. The British Royal Navy completed an amazing 8-day evacuation of Allied forces from Dunkirk on the French coast. The 340,000 troops that were evacuated had been falling back as the German army moved through Belgium and France. The delay allowed the Royal Navy and a flotilla of commercial and pleasure boats, big and small, to evacuate the stranded men. This blunder may have cost Hitler the war. Winston Churchill called it a miracle of deliverance.
Back from the hell that is Dunkirk, day and night the transports are steaming. And as one convoy returns, another is going over to take its place. Aboard the transport, the men are packed like sardines. But what does it matter? The tighter they're packed, the more they hold each other up.
Well, there you have it. The miracle of Dunkirk.